Hey, it's April from the Noble Garden, and today is June 26th, and this is going to be my 4th garden tour for the season of 2022. One thing I have not been adding in these garden tour videos that I guess I should, in case people are new to my channel and watching this as their first video, but I am in Zone 7B. I am Western Central North Carolina, or Western Piedmont, North Carolina. And I have a very long growing season, so when I talk about some of the new things, just know my first frost date isn't usually until the end of October, so I'm able to grow until then. So let's get started. It has been 2 weeks since I made you guys a garden tour, and the garden has exploded. So this right here is one of my cucumber plants, and I have decided to prune my cucumber plants this year so they're not overcrowded, to see if I can get a better production and see if the plant will last longer. And as you can see, the bees are at work. I don't know if you can see them or not. They're like little shy guys. They always, look at that. Nope, I don't think he's, oh, he is. See? I see those guys all the time now. But you can see cucumbers growing. I've already eaten 2 off this plant, and I've got several growing. On this side, I had to reseed it. The seeds didn't do good, but it is the same type of cucumber, which works because if this one, stops spitting out, then it's succession growing, right? And then, of course, I got 2 lovely sunflowers that are getting big. On this side, you're also going to see, this is my squash. We have been harvesting squash like crazy, guys. And then on this side is my zucchini. Same thing, guys. We have been harvesting zucchini like crazy. Oh, there's another bee. And then this zucchini here died, so we took it out, and so I put a new seed in. Succession growing. You can actually see a pepper growing. That's one of my peppers. Without going on that side, I can't tell you which type of pepper it is. I'd have to go on that side and look at the little sticker. You can also see that there's a zucchini that I need to harvest. Actually, guys, there's 2 zucchinis I need to harvest. Look, there's another one. I have not been not having zucchini and squash, guys. See? Hopefully you guys can see inside that. My squash and zucchini are doing really, really good. Now, this is the Cuisini. I have not harvested anything from it yet, but as you can see, it is reaching the top there on this side, and I have been having to prune this as well. I will make a video on how to prune stuff like this. This side's not growing as fast. And here's another zucchini. Different type of zucchini than the other one. The other one's gray. This one's Ford Hook. This one died, so I planted a new. Some more squash. Same thing, this one died, so I planted some new. Look at this squash. I need to harvest squash as well. This is like an everyday occurrence, which is nothing to complain about, right? This is a cucamelon. I can show you some of its babies. I have not yet got to try this. I'm super excited. I want to try it so bad. But look, guys, there's 2 of its babies. I don't know how to tell if these things are ready or not. I don't know much about them. It's pretty tough still, so I'm going to leave it alone for a little bit longer. I'm pretty sure there's more in there. Like, you can see them everywhere. Hopefully you guys can see that. They're so tiny, that might be hard for you guys to see. But they are everywhere on this plant. This is cilantro that went to seed. This is one of my other cucumber plants. Guys, I'm trying to keep this one pruned. This was a little bit on the crazy side. I don't know if it's more. But you can see cucumbers all over it growing. Like, there's one there. There's another one right there, but it's kind of hidden by the leaves. There's another one right there. And then this is the Armenian white, which I have not seen any. I see a bunch of male flowers on, but I don't see female flowers on. And I am pruning this one as well. Anything that grows up with a bunch of leaves. I am pruning, trying really hard to keep it a little bit aired out, which is why I'm saying for this one, this cucumber on this other side, I'm trying. I backed up for a second so you guys can see it better, and then you can see the beautiful sunflowers. So here's another thing I've been growing is onions, and right now we have been picking them as we need them because they are getting bigger. They did do better than I thought. So if you ever watched a video me complaining about the size and all that stuff, probably need to apologize because it has done better than I thought it would. But we harvest them as we need them. There's another site of the cucamelons. But I wanted to come down the back of this so you can actually see the peppers. They are green. Some of them don't have a lot of babies on them yet. This one will turn red. This is a red pepper that will turn red, if you guys can see its babies. It might be hard to see because they're so green. But this side of my peppers have been looking really good and doing good. There's you another baby. Most of these are different kinds of bells between, the purple, the chocolate, the colored ones. They're different types of bells. But they're looking good. So on the back end of the squash bed is my green beans, which are finally taking off. Some of them you can't tell because they're twisted and everything else, and I have to always teach it what to do. Look at my bachelor buttons. I really thought by now my bachelor buttons would be gone, but they're sticking it out. The heat. My kale. But yeah, the green beans, you'll notice they're all twisted, but they're starting to put on flowers. So I should start getting green beans soon. But they get twisted and everything else. And I'm having to untwine them and then twine them back up the fence, trying to teach them that. All right, guys, I'm going to turn it. Here's another thing of bachelor buttons that's really pretty and doing good. So this was the old potato bed. It has now been replaced with watermelon. And I'm going to let it grow over and out on the black. This is that corn bed that we planted together that I have a video on. I think it's that type of corn seeds that I keep putting in there. I give up. I want to succession grow zucchini and squash because it's doing so good. So that's what's in there now. And then, of course, we've been watching this bed together. This is my asparagus bed. It's my first year in that. So this is okra, which is finally doing something. Now, the okra on that end is not doing as good as this okra. I'm going to go ahead and replace its seeds. This is the second bed of corn that me and my daughter planted that is doing much, much better. That's why I think in that bed is the seeds. This is sweet potatoes. Oh my God, they're making me so excited. They look so good. We're going to come into some zucchini plants that I succession sowed, so they're behind the other ones. But they're looking good too, guys. And they're starting to produce because I remember seeing... See? I can't see it. I'm trying, guys. It's way down there. But this zucchini in this bed is different than those other two zucchini. It's a Black Beauty. My ground cherries have really taken off, and I've been eating several of those. They're very interesting. I have a mixed emotion on them. I don't know if I like them or not, but I keep eating them, so I guess I like them. All right, so this is noodle beans. Usually by now my noodle beans have taken off and doing amazing. This side is now starting to, and I'm starting to see flowers on them. This side is just now starting to take off. Like I said, I planted everything a little later than usual. So, I just gotta remind myself, things are a little different this year. This right here are some of my indeterminate cherries that are doing good. Now, down here, guys, is another row of peppers, and they've been struggling. I know you can see they look a little awful, but I'm hoping soon that they'll all look like these two guys who turn green. You notice how pale yellow That one is. But then on this one, you see how the top has gotten green? I'm hoping that is the continued trend that we see. That's just kind of how this bed's been. I've noticed these beds, I think they had too much nutrition in them. I really do. All right, this is the one muncher cucumber that survived. It does have a flower on the inside of it, and it's a moonflower, which, because it was put in later, it's going to take a little bit longer to get going. So this side is my mini bell peppers. Sorry, let me fix that. My mini bell peppers. Like the other ones, they look like crap, but you're going to see a few, like this one, that's starting to make a comeback. I'm just going to have to let it be. Try not to intervene. So let's see what happens. This side here is cantaloupe. I'm sorry. This side right here is honeydew. This is the Kajari melon, which for years I've tried to grow and have not been able to. I see a bunch of male flowers on it. The plant looks very healthy compared to what I usually end up with. This right here is This right here is the salt and pepper cucumber that I picked up and wanted to try. It's coming along. But you'll notice like this little seedling right here. This is what I'm dealing with, guys. And luckily this one didn't do that. And so now it's growing. But this is how most stuff starts. And it just either eventually gets over and takes off, or it dies. And this side right here is my silver slicer, which I've had the hardest trouble getting it going. It has one that's trying to get going. And then I see some green leaves on this one. They don't look very good. So I don't know. We'll see if it overcomes it or not. Now we're getting into tomatoes. This is, and I'm going to see if I can get a good view of it, Tomato Alley. My children love to call it that because they're so obsessed with tornadoes, but they call it Tomato Alleys or Tomato Alley. But anyways, so this right here are some of my indeterminate on this side that I'm trying the Florida Weave on. Florida Weave would work if I could consistently stay on top of it and had plants all similar size and pruned correctly. And then this side right here is growing up the fence, so I don't have to be as particular on pruning. But this right here, right now we're seeing my slicers. I'm going to turn it back to my other side in just a second. This is the green sausage, guys, and it has been nuts. Like, look how ragged it looks. Like, if you didn't know better, you would seriously think there is something wrong with that plant. But that is just how this plant looks. I haven't been able to eat one yet, but I think I need to dig my hand in there to the ones that started the oldest ones and see if there's anything in there. Because green tomatoes are different. You got to fill them to see if they're soft. That one wasn't soft, so I'll let it be. The next one, we're into determinate right now. I think I'm just going to go up the owl and show you all my determinants and then turn back around and show you the other side. This one right here, if you're ever looking for a bush grape tomato, I would recommend this Fantaskia. Here, I'll show you guys the sign. Because it grows like this, I think you could grow it in... Sorry, guys, I'm not really good with this camera and talking here. I think you could grow this one in a basket because the way it's bushy. And it produces a lot. Like, look at all them tomatoes. I mean, my husband's been eating them. They're really delicious. I'll probably come out. I'm going to let that get a little bit more red. Nice thing about owning your own garden, you can let it get as red as you want. That's Celebrity. And then, I'm not 100% sure what this guy right here is. He tastes like the Fantaskia, but he's growing a little bit more up than what the rest of them have. Let's see, look. There's more red ones in there ready to be picked. This is the Mari Globe. And let me tell you, it's a wild one. Look at all of them tomatoes. I've even had to put, like, look how wild it is. I keep having to put sticks in there. Like, it is insane. That's why I think the terminate plants who only get to one size that you don't want to trim have no business on this type of trellising. Unless you plan on pruning them. Like, look at this guy right here. This is my Carolina Gold, which right now currently holds my biggest tomato. But yeah, I need to put these on a fence. This side right here, this right here that you're looking at right now is the triple crop, which is like one of the best tasting tomatoes. We're going into my paste tomatoes, so you're going to see some San Mazeros and some Amish, which, by the way, the Amish is a weird one too. It's kind of on the ragged side, I've noticed, but it seems to be producing pretty good. All right, guys, I already accidentally showed you some of my slicers. We're getting back into them. I won't re-show some of the same ones. This right here, guys, is my Paul Robertson. Keeping a good eye on him, so I'm excited to taste a Paul Robertson. Look at the tomatoes, guys. Well, the one right here that you're seeing a whole bunch on, this is the German Johnson. It's like a pink one. And I'm going to show you guys something right quick. You are going to see that I am seeing a little bit of blight. We're going to keep walking and talking. I'm going to take you guys down my back end, which right now this is the first few that you see are going to be more slicers. It's part of the Cherokee line: Cherokee purple, Cherokee green, Cherokee chocolate. And then as we go forward, because I'm gonna talk, as we go farther on, you're gonna see cherry tomatoes, and I'll go slow because my cherry tomatoes are banging. So anyways, the blight, I keep my leaves trimmed as much as possible. If I see blight on them, I just cut the leaf off if I can afford to on that plant. You don't want to cut too much because you don't want to stress out. But I've also either weekly or bi-weekly been spraying them with copper fungicide, which I think is really helping. Look at the tomatoes, guys. My cherry tomatoes are about to make us some happy people. The white residue, if you can see them on my leaves, is the copper fungicide. We sprayed it last night. But yeah, my tomatoes are awesome. I'm just hoping that they continue the good work up. Look at the purple bumblebee. Look at that, guys. There's tomatoes all over them. One that my husband's super excited for is a Brad's Atomic Grape. Look at that. He's like asking me when they're going to be ready. I don't really know. I don't know when anything's going to be ready. I just come out here, and if it's ready, I eat it. I know that's an awful way to tell you when something's ready. Looking good. I do know on this side that I have a chocolate cherry that is ready to go. I'm going to pick it, but I'm going to wash it when I get in the house. Look at my chocolate cherry. Oh, leave it out of the way. Chocolate cherry, they're so delicious. To me, I think chocolate cherry tastes like a miniature chocolate. I'm sorry. Chocolate cherry tastes like a miniature Cherokee purple. All right, we're going to turn and look at this beds. So this is my cantaloupe. I got 3 that worked. This side died, so I put new seeds. And then I only had 1 watermelon survive on this side. There's actually a few more. I don't know if they're going to do anything. I went ahead and reseeded them, though. All right, let's go look at the green stalk. So, guys, I'm walking up to the green stalk, and I have to show you my doggy poo. This is Miss Nora. Look how big Nora's gotten, guys. See, I'm looking more and more like a chocolate lab, Mama. She's obviously got a hold of something that's nothing she doesn't do on a daily basis. All right, my green stalk. So this green stalk is an experiment for sure for me. On the bottom here, you really can see that these watermelons have picked up. I probably need to separate them. I can't imagine this can hold more than one. The marigolds have popped up. This is my muncher. This is another watermelon. And then I don't think there's enough light back here because that Kajari melon did not like its life. The peppers are on the next level, and they are looking really good. Look at these banana peppers. The next level, like this right here, is the pineapple ground cherry. Can't wait to taste that one. And then holy basil, marigold, lemon balm, which I'm excited about. The next level is tomatoes, which, guys, if you do tomatoes, make sure it's the small ones, because I'm going to back up. Look at this thing. I've kind of feel bad for it. I have no clue what's going to happen. He had a friend right there, the empty container, and it broke in the wind. So, I don't know, guys. This tomato plant right here seems to be on the shorter side, so maybe it'll do better. In the middle right here, this is sweet basil, and then the next one is just some herbs. Right now you're looking at 2 different types of mint and thyme and oregano, marigolds, and then of course my cilantro went to seed. Guys, I hope you enjoyed my garden tour. I have lots of stuff going on. I'm starting to preserve, which is exciting. Teaching my husband how to preserve, putting stuff in the freezer. That's just what all this I wanted to do. So thank you guys for watching my videos. And remember, if you like them, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.